Hello students, this video is brought to you by Site India E-Learning for online classes from anywhere and offline classes only in Lucknow. Please click the link to see contact informations. Thank you. We are doing numericals on first law thermodynamics and PV graph, and this is problem number 4. Other problems I have discussed earlier. Problem number 4, it's very interesting problem. There are many parts in which many things will be cleared. So first of all, understand the problem. There is a PV graph. PV graph. I for initial state, F for final state. System is going from initial to final via two paths, IAF and IBF. Via IAF and via IBF. There are two paths. Okay. This is given in the question, and other data is given. UI, internal energy in state A, is 10 joule. Internal energy in state B is 22 joule. Okay. For IAF path, you are given dQ, that is Q, heat given is 50 joule, and dW, that is work done, is 20 joule. For IAF path, work done is 20 joule. Okay. For IBF path, you are given only dQ, that is heat given to the system is 36 joule. That is, for IAF path, heat given is 50 joule. For IBF path, heat given is 36 joule. And for IAF path, work done is 20 joule. This is the data given, and what to find? UF, that is internal energy in state F, final state F में you have to find internal energy. Okay. So one by one I am solving, and what are the problems, what are the questions, they will be solved. First part, A part. UF, internal energy in state F, it is to be found. For UF, we go via any path, but internal energy, change of internal energy in initial and final state will be same. So for IAF path, we are given dQ, which is 50 joule, dW 20 joule. Here say just Q or dQ, the same thing. With the help of these two data, we can find change in internal energy, that is delta U, which is UF minus UI. Change in energy in going from I to F via any path will be UF minus UI. And by first law of thermodynamics, delta U equal to dQ minus dW. Delta U is UF minus UI, equal to dQ is 50 minus dW is 20, and we are also given UI 10 joule, so put UI here. So UF minus 10 equal to, this is 30, 10 will be on the right side. So UF equal to 30 plus 10, that is 40 joule. Answer. So UF is 40 joule. First part clear, I think. Now second part, for IBF path dW. For IBF path, you have to find dW. See how. Delta U for I and F. either go via IF or via IBF will be same. And we have delta U how much? 30. You can take it, and UF is 40, UI is 10. It will be 30 obviously. We can write here, first part answer is UF equal to 40 joule. Okay. Now B part. In B part, you have to find dW for IBF path. For IBF path, dW question mark. It is to be found. For IBF path, dQ is given. For this path, dQ is 36 joule. And delta U that is UF minus UI, UF 40 minus UI 10, which is given here. UF we have found is 30 joule. So you have delta U, you have dQ, you have dW. Apply first law of thermo. So by first law of thermodynamics, delta U equal to dQ minus dW. Delta U is 30 joule, dQ 36 minus dW. We have to find dW will be 36 minus 30, that is 6 joule. So second part answer, that is dW 6 joule. I think it's clear. Now C part. For IA dW, there is no change in volume in going from I to A. That is delta V is 0. That's why dW is 0. Work done is 0 because work done is P into delta V. You can take C part dW 0 since dV equal to 0. Change in volume is 0. And dW equal to P dV change in volume, dV 0, then dW will also be 0. It's clear from graph also that in going from I to A there is no change in volume, that is delta U, or say dV or D change in volume is 0, that's why work done is 0. Now D part, for BF dQ, for BF we have to find dQ. Okay. For BF, think how should it be found. To find dQ, we should have dW or delta U du. Just a minute. Understand the problem. There are many parts in it, with the help of which we can understand the concept fully. How to use first law of thermodynamics, how to find dW or say work done, how to find dQ. For BF, we have to find dQ. You observe that for IBF part, we know for IBF part we have found dW. For IBF part dW has been found. and for B to F dW is 0. So this way we can find dW for I to B. Okay, but this is in fifth part. For BF part dQ, how can it be found? For IBF, dQ is 36 joule. And for IBF, delta U can be found. But we should do this way. This is D part. For BF, what is dQ? For BF, dW is 0. For BF, dW is 0 since dV, change in volume, is 0. For BF, find delta U or say du. Du will be UF minus UB. Change in internal energy will be UF final state minus initial for BF. UF we have 40, take it 40, minus UB we are given 22, write it 22. It is 18 joule. Okay, so for BF dW is 0, du is 18. Apply first law of thermo. By first law of thermodynamics, du equal to dq minus dw. Du is 18. dq we have to find. dw is 0 because there is no change in volume. So therefore dq equal to 18 joule. This is answer. Okay. Now E part, for IB, I to B, du and dw, both things are to be found. See, this is E part. For IB, observe the problem. For IB, du, change in internal energy. If we have Ui and Ub, you can find du, change in internal energy, final internal energy minus initial. If we are moving from I to B, then final will be at B and initial will be at I. So first du will be Ub minus Ui, and both we are given here, Ub and Ui. 22 minus 10. 22 minus 10 equal to 12 joule. This is du. One part is obtained. Now dw. For dw, we should have dq. So what is dq for IB part? We are given for IBF dq and we have found for BF dq. I am writing it. For IBF path, dq is 36 joule. For BF path, dq is, we have found in D part, and this is this 18 joule. For BF path, dq we have found 18 joule. For IBF path, dq is 36. For BF path, dq is 18. So if we subtract 18 from 36, then we will have dq for IB part. So for IB path, dq equal to total 36 minus d, for BF path 18 that is 18 joule. This way we have found dq. Now dw, apply first law. We have dq, we have du by first law of thermodynamics. Du equal to dq minus dw. Du is 12, dq is 18, dw. So dw will be 18 minus 12, that is 6 joule. Answer. Okay. So I think it's clear how to solve the problems. You should do more practice for more clarity. Okay, have a nice day. Thank you.